I'm throwing everything that I've built into the trash. Well, sort of. In my last video, I officially announced SoNY Project Revamp. What is Project Revamp? Project Revamp is essentially a complete do-over of SoNY as a whole.
Poke, why are you redoing SoNY instead of just finishing what you have? Disliked.
Now hold on one second and allow me to explain. Firstly, the map. SoNY's current map was originally created as of June 2019. The street layout is entirely based on Emerge NYC's Manhattan map. Emerge NYC's Manhattan map is a relatively decent map as far as overall map scale and size, but it loses out on key elements of Manhattan, such as Columbus Circle, Rockefeller Center, as well as the entire upper portion of the island, including Washington Heights and Inwood being completely non-existent. Especially with Columbus Circle being one of the major gateways into Central Park, and Rockefeller Center being such a major tourist location, hosting the Rockettes, the annual Christmas tree, and the FTNY Fire Zone, these areas cannot be omitted from a game based on Manhattan. This layout has been great for the purposes of getting the game off the ground and developing a map layout as quickly as possible, but it has a lot of lost potential. The scale of our version of this map was created using Rescue 1 as a size reference for how big to make a road lane, where each one-way street is 3 trucks wide, to make a parking lane on each side of the street and a through lane for traffic to drive. The same method was used for the avenues, just with more through lanes. The biggest criticism I have received about my trucks is their width. Since I modeled them using only side profiles created by users on DeviantArt, I had no reference scale for how wide to make the trucks, so I measured them based on how 2 Roblox character models could comfortably fit in the truck, resulting in 10.1 studs from paint to paint. Because of this excessive truck width, this translated into the road lanes, making the avenues and streets also be excessively wide. The typical one-way street in the real Manhattan grid is around 34 feet wide, while the streets in the game came close at 40 studs wide. This is still on the excessive side. It does not give the immersion on how tight real Manhattan streets are. Each avenue in Manhattan has a slightly different width, with varying amounts of lanes, all of different lane widths, with some having skinnier lanes and some having wider lanes than others. The avenues in the current SoNY map are all the same, creating even further inaccuracy. Additionally, the streets in SoNY now are bland, to say the least. There's plenty of room for improvement when it comes to props, such as trash bins and streetlights, sidewalk size, and curbs. My goal is to make a more-to-scale map. While I definitely don't want to build every single street of New York, I definitely want a more accurate scale. The new map will include longer horizontal and narrower vertical block sizes, directly measured from Google Earth, reflecting the approximately 800 by 200 foot blocks in the real-life grid. The map is currently being planned out in paint.net. Then, sections from the image will be uploaded into Roblox, making it easier to build the map in the 3D space by providing a template. No more guessing and checking during the build process. Yes, I will have to use the white blocks again as fillers until we are able to fill in the space. Except now, it is easier than ever to figure out how big to make the buildings to replace the blank ones by measuring them in Google Earth. Additionally, the current map is oriented the wrong way, leading to having to make some janky code to get the phone minimap to translate the in-player location to the map, and also causing me to reverse the in-game time, then have to reverse the reversal on the phone time. It's completely unnecessary. I want to get this right the first time, and try to make as few changes later down the line as possible. Secondly, the vehicles. The current SoNY vehicles are using older TFI imports that are 1, oversized, and 2, lacking in detail. Since these vehicles were added to the game, newer vehicle mesh imports have been done by groups like Eonware that also use more PBR texturing to reduce the actual mesh triangles, but make the model appear more detailed and realistic in the game. New FDNY truck models are also in progress to keep up with the recent additions to the real FDNY fleet. I have also redesigned the vehicle system, upgrading the chassis to A-Chassis version 6C 1.5, which includes more customizability in its configuration options. I have found out how to limit the top speed of the vehicles to reflect the real-life counterparts. I have also designed a brand new user interface for the drive system. The transmission on the vehicle settings is now a semi-automatic system that requires the player to manually shift between reverse, neutral, and drive, while still automatically shifting the drive gears, just like in a real vehicle. Emergency vehicles are also getting redesigned siren controller UIs that look and function just like the real-life ones. These controllers are designed to be scalable, so they can fit on any size of screen. They are also being designed to be both key-binded, as the current systems are, and clickable. Should we ever open up the game to mobile and/or console, it makes it more compatible. Speaking of compatibility, the avatars. SoNY currently uses R6 avatars in the game. If you've stuck around here long enough, you know that most of the ranking members in the SoNY community were formerly ranking members of Mano County, and have been on the platform for many years. We wanted to follow a similar aesthetic to what we are used to on the Roblox platform, hence we chose the R6 model. Roblox has been slowly depreciating R6, and whether we like it or not, we are going to have to eventually move on. Especially considering the Arthro and new mesh clothing being released, I have a strong feeling that R6 will be on the outs. The game will be switched to R15 models, which are essentially the R6 models with elbows and knees. This allows for more detailed player animations as well. This will open up future VR compatibility, which I am the most excited to implement on this end. When I finally got my Vive headset, I was amazed when I ran SoNY in VR and climbed up the aerial ladder up to the roof of the building, as well as being able to stand on the Empire State Building observation deck and look across the map. Finally, me and Jamie Wallace have been working on looking into SoNY's current systems to organize our scripts, make the game run better by increasing the efficiency of our systems, and make it easier from the developer's perspective to understand what each script does and any of its interactions with other systems. Jamie has also made new systems which I hope to implement into the new map. These include smoke zones for interior building fires that change the player's camera settings to reduce the visibility and make it harder to navigate in buildings that are on fire, more accurate to a real-life fire. As a result of this loss of visibility, there is a thermal imaging camera system. The tick system will allow firefighters to navigate these darkened buildings and find trapped players and the fire itself. Jamie has also created a placeable items system, allowing firefighters to place ground ladders to access second or third floor story windows of a fire building from the outside. There are also placeable barriers for the NYPD. The placeable system can be expanded in the future to include more tools whenever they are made. These new features will enhance the roleplay experience and create new challenges for members of our FDNY group. In summary, SoNY in its current state is being thrown in the trash, and replaced with an even better version, with more features, a new map design, and new ways to enhance the immersion and the experience. While this will take some time to create, especially given my limited time to work on the project between school and work and my personal life, as mentioned in the previous video, this will be a great opportunity to use the skills that I have acquired by working on the project since its start in 2018, and bringing everything together in a new and exciting fashion. I hope you all are as excited as I am for these changes. I haven't posted a video here in a while, but if you're new here and you want to get the most up-to-date information on SoNY, join our Discord using the link in the description. Also, check out the real-life SoNY hoodie using the link in the description. It's comfy and goes quite well with programming socks. Thank you for sticking around the whole video. I greatly appreciate it. Stay tuned for more updates when they happen. Okay, bye.